young Jock's world just flipped upside down, and it's unraveling in the most dramatic way possible. After months of whispers and speculations, the truth has surfaced, and it's far more explosive than anyone imagined. The revelation comes with shocking hotel footage that adds fuel to an already blazing fire, and it's about to shake things up like never before. The twist? Jock's own co-star Kirk Frost and his wife Kendra Robinson are at the center of the chaos. For years, Jock and Kendra's marriage has teetered on the edge, but this latest betrayal may be the tipping point. Is Kendra really involved with Kirk? And how does this bombshell impact Rashida? Especially since she's not exactly thrilled about the situation either. With divorce papers, cryptic messages, and enough drama to fill an entire season, things are spiraling out of control. Jock's decision to walk away from his marriage is the breaking point in a story that's only getting more intense. So, what's really happening behind the scenes? Let's break it all down and get to the heart of the matter. After years of speculation, rumors, and constant tension, young Jock has finally taken the dramatic step of filing for divorce from his wife, Kendra Robinson. This shocking decision has left fans and the public eagerly searching for answers. And now, the truth behind this bold move has been revealed. A recent update from Tasha K has confirmed that Jock has officially sought to end his marriage of 3 years with Kendra, despite the numerous threats of divorce that Kendra had made in the past. This time, however, Jock has taken action, signaling that he is no longer willing to tolerate the issues that have plagued their relationship for so long. The story behind the divorce is anything but simple. Over the past few years, Jock and Kendra's marriage has been on shaky ground. From public disputes to private tensions, the couple has struggled to find stability. Despite all the ups and downs, there was a sense of hope that they could work through their problems. However, it seems that the final straw came when Jock learned of Kendra's alleged affair with none other than his co-star, Kirk Frost. This betrayal was a turning point that Jock could not ignore, and it pushed him to take the drastic step of filing for divorce. While Jock and Kendra's marriage had been tumultuous for a while, the latest betrayal involving Kirk Frost seems to have been the catalyst for Jock's decision to end things once and for all. Tasha K's report sheds light on the fact that Jock found out that Kendra had been seeing other men, which led him to serve her with divorce papers. This revelation has shocked many, as it paints a picture of a deeply fractured relationship that, despite its public image, was far from perfect behind closed doors. As fans and onlookers try to piece together the events that led to this moment, it's clear that Jock's suspicions had been mounting for some time. Earlier in the season, Jock had expressed his concerns about strange direct messages on Kendra's phone, which led him to question whether their marriage was truly as secure as he thought. Despite his efforts to trust Kendra and move forward, it seems that his instincts were right, and the growing distance between them had a much darker root than anyone could have imagined. This marriage has been on a downward spiral for a while now, and it appears that both Jock and Kendra were at their breaking points. Kendra, who had previously threatened to leave, was clearly frustrated with the lack of progress in their relationship. One of the most telling moments came when Kendra discussed her desire to freeze her eggs, a decision that Jock did not support. Kendra's desire to plan for her future was something she felt was necessary, but Jock's reluctance to embrace this idea caused more tension between them. Kendra's frustration was evident when she expressed that if Jock couldn't step up and provide the future she wanted, she was ready to move on. Her words were harsh, but they reflected the deep dissatisfaction she felt with their relationship. For many fans, the idea that Kendra might have been looking for comfort outside of her marriage wasn't all that surprising. With Jock's past behavior, including rumors of infidelity and public controversies, it seemed like the marriage was always on shaky ground. Kendra, like many others in similar situations, might have felt that she was not getting the emotional or physical support she needed from her husband. Whether or not this is the full reason for her alleged affair with Kirk, it paints a picture of a relationship that was full of cracks waiting to break open. But perhaps the most telling part of this entire saga is the impact it has had on both Jock and Kendra's public image. Jock, who had been a prominent figure in the public eye for years, is now facing the fallout of his marriage falling apart. Kendra, on the other hand, is dealing with the emotional aftermath of her actions being exposed to the world. The scandal surrounding their divorce, paired with the alleged affair, has made this situation far more complex than just a simple breakup. In the aftermath of Jock's decision to file for divorce, the questions are mounting. Will Kendra and Kirk's alleged affair be the final nail in the coffin for Jock and Kendra's marriage? And what does this mean for the future of their relationship? With so much public drama already playing out, it seems that the fallout from this divorce is far from over. Fans are waiting with bated breath to see how this all unfolds, with many hoping that both Jock and Kendra can eventually find happiness, whether that means moving on separately or reconciling in the future. This chapter in their relationship is undoubtedly a complicated one, filled with betrayal, heartache, and difficult decisions. However, it is clear that both Jock and Kendra are at a crossroads, and the road ahead for them is uncertain. One thing is for sure, this divorce marks the end of an era for the couple, and it remains to be seen what the future holds for them both. Though the initial post didn't provide specifics on why Jock made this choice, new reports have shed light on the situation, unraveling the truth behind his decision. So what's been happening beneath the surface all this time? Let's dig deeper. Fans are now questioning Kendra's whereabouts, with many taking notice of her absence from Jock's recent activities. Just before Christmas, Jock shared a video from his Heat Up ATL community event, but something was missing. Fans immediately noticed that Kendra was nowhere in sight, prompting one to ask, "Where's Kendra, Jock?" To which Jock, surprisingly, offered no response. The silence didn't go unnoticed. Fans took to the comments, speculating on what might be going on. One fan bluntly stated, "She's not with him anymore. Divorce filed." Another offered words of support, saying, "If you really left Kendra, it was overdue. You tried, but respect is everything. Stay strong." The absence and the fans' reactions speak volumes about the growing tension between the couple. Things took a dramatic turn when Tasha K revealed some explosive details in January 2025, shedding light on why young Jock finally made the decision to file for divorce. According to Tasha, Jock discovered that Kendra had been seeing other men, which led him to take legal action and serve her with divorce papers. The realization that Kendra had been entertaining other men was a breaking point for Jock, pushing him to end the marriage once and for all. This revelation didn't come out of nowhere, though. Earlier in the season, Jock had already started to notice suspicious DMs on Kendra's phone, which made him question what was really going on. "I've really been trying to distract myself from this whole Kendra and Mario situation, but these DMs keep popping into my head," Jock admitted. "I don't know if it's just work or something else, but it feels like there's a little pleasure going on." His suspicions were growing, and the discovery confirmed his worst fears. The tension between Jock and Kendra had been building for some time, and it was no secret that things had been frosty between them. During the 2024 Love and Hip Hop reunion, Kendra spoke about freezing her eggs, a step she was eager to take in planning for her future. However, Jock didn't exactly share her enthusiasm. "This is just so nice," Kendra said, reminiscing about their past conversations. "But it took me back to the talk we had about whether or not we were even going to move forward." Clearly, their paths were diverging, and this was just one of many signs that their relationship was falling apart. "Kids, and this is how you're thinking? Then do something about it," she said, her frustration boiling over. The conversation highlighted just how deep their differences went, leaving their future as a couple hanging by a thread. Kendra's frustration reached a boiling point as she confronted Jock with raw emotion. "If you don't want to have kids with me, let me go," she told him. "Let me find someone who can meet my needs, someone who values me as a mother and as a woman. If you can't step up and be the husband I deserve, then leave me, and I'll continue to grow and evolve on my own." Her words reflected deep hurt and a desire for something more than what she felt Jock was offering. Some fans believed that this was the very issue that pushed Kendra into Kirk's arms. The pain of being emotionally unfulfilled by Jock seemed to drive Kendra towards someone who might offer what she felt was missing in her marriage. It wasn't hard to see that this issue was weighing heavily on her, and with Jock not stepping up to the plate, Kendra's search for fulfillment elsewhere seemed almost inevitable. Others speculated that, for once, Kendra might have been trying to give Jock a taste of his own medicine. After all, loyalty hadn't exactly been a strong suit for him. Throughout their marriage, rumors of Jock's infidelity had been persistent, with whispers about him stepping out on Kendra. A leaked video not long ago had shown him holding hands and getting overly friendly with a mysterious woman, a sight that raised eyebrows. Jock denied the allegations, but the damage was done, and Kendra was left on the edge of leaving him. In a dramatic moment during a live radio broadcast, Jock even revealed a text he received from Kendra, which read, "I'm done with you." The text laid bare just how close Kendra had been to walking away, making it clear that the trust between them was hanging by a thread. During an emotional moment, Jock opened up about the turmoil he was facing in his personal life. "A blog has accused me of cheating on her, so I'm done," he shared, clearly shaken. "This is what I'm dealing with in real life. I'm trying to be transparent because this is what happens when you play with people's lives. You mess with their emotions, and eventually they have to deal with real consequences." Jock then revealed a text message he had received from Kendra, adding to the weight of the situation. "I just got a text from my wife. She said, 'I'm divorcing your mom.'" His voice cracked as he recounted the pain of it all, showcasing just how deep the rift had grown between him and Kendra. Some fans, however, felt that Jock's emotional reaction to Kendra's alleged affair with another man was, in a way, justified. "You've been running around doing your thing," one fan noted, referring to Jock's past actions. "It's not the first time he's crossed the line. He tried to mess with two of my sisters. My sisters are good women, nurses, not hoes, but he disrespected them too." This fan added another layer to the drama, recalling how Jock had approached them even when he was still with Kendra. This exchange highlighted the ongoing conflict and the complex emotions at play. While Jock's betrayal seemed to have caught him off guard, the history of his own actions was coming back to haunt him, and some felt that Kendra's response was simply a consequence of his past choices. Fans were left in shock when the drama surrounding Kirk Frost escalated even further, especially after Nicki Minaj voiced her opinions on his toxic behavior. Nicki took to Twitter after watching an episode where Kirk was caught kissing Alexis Mary Jane Miller, all while Rashida was pregnant with their second child. Nicki's reaction was blunt. "Damn, my ninja," she tweeted, clearly disgusted. "After 15 years, you wild out and embarrassed the mother of your child while she's pregnant, on national TV, cornballs on deck. She didn't stop there, further criticizing Kirk's actions. If you're trying to convince someone you're not gay, that's the wrong way to go about it. Your wife is pregnant and you do that on national TV? Get the funk out of here. If that wasn't enough, just when Rashida thought she was moving on from Kirk's betrayal, new rumors began circulating that painted Kirk in an even worse light. Back in 2018, gossip in the city reported that Kirk had been involved with strippers, and this time there was also a baby mama involved. Clearly, Kirk's track record for dishonesty and betrayal had been ongoing for a long time. Things got so intense that even Rashida's mom had to step in. She wanted Kirk to understand that he couldn't keep hurting people without facing consequences. It was clear to everyone that Kirk's actions were not only damaging his relationship, but also affecting those around him in profound ways. Rashida's frustration with Kirk's behavior reached a breaking point when she decided to take matters into her own hands. In an act of defiance, she destroyed Kirk's bike. The tension was palpable as Rashida confronted him, calling out his actions. "You got pregnant, to be honest. It's none of Carly's business," she snapped. "I don't have anything to do with that, but it seems like you want to go down this path. If it's not mine, whose is it?" The drama didn't stop there. During an episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, K. Michelle opened up about her ex-boyfriend, Mickey Memphis, allegedly putting his hands on her. This revelation infuriated Rashida, especially since Memphis was married to one of her best friends, Toya Johnson. Rashida, always one to speak her mind, immediately read Michelle her rights, demanding accountability. But things took an even more dramatic turn when one of Rashida's friends made a scathing post that ignited further conflict. The friend accused Rashida of being a homewrecker, claiming that Kirk was already married with children when he began dating Rashida. The post read, "Y'all are doing all this to K. Michelle, but someone needs to tell Rashida to be honest about how her now husband was a married man with kids when she started messing with him. Everyone has skeletons, but everyone wants to take shots at K." This revelation put Rashida in an uncomfortable position, challenging her to confront her own past while she was quick to judge others. The post added fuel to the fire, showing that no one in the group was exempt from scrutiny, no matter how much they tried to deflect. The truth about Rashida and Kirk's relationship has been anything but straightforward. Many fans were disappointed by the fact that their marriage started off as an affair, and even after years of back-and-forth promises to do better, it seemed like nothing had truly changed. Just 6 months ago, Rashida caught some spicy texts on Kirk's phone confirming that he was still messing around. As shocking as that was, it wasn't the only bombshell to drop. Back in 2019, Rashida herself admitted to cheating on Kirk. She confessed, "I ain't always been perfect in my marriage. We've had dishonesty from both sides of us. We've had infidelities from both sides of us in this marriage." Despite acknowledging her own mistakes, she made it clear that Kirk's actions were the bigger problem, particularly because he hadn't changed over the years. For Rashida, that lack of growth was a significant issue, and she felt that it was starting to wear thin. Many fans have now started to feel that Kirk cheating on Rashida with Kendra might be the final straw for their marriage. At this point, some followers are even hoping for a breakup, tired of watching the ongoing drama unfold. One fan boldly wrote, "I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than have this type of relationship." The frustration is palpable, with many fans agreeing that since it only added to the long list of heartbreak she'd already faced in their relationship. For a moment, it seemed like the drama surrounding Kirk and Jasmine was over. But just when everyone thought it was done, Jasmine dropped a bombshell. She was pregnant with Kirk's son, Cannon. This announcement came during a masquerade party interview, and it left everyone in shock. Initially, Kirk denied being the father, but when a paternity test confirmed it, the truth was undeniable. So, did Rashida finally leave Kirk after such a betrayal? Surprisingly, no. Around this time, Kirk was dealing with the loss of his mother, which seemed to soften Rashida's heart. Despite the betrayal, she allowed Kirk back into their home. However, she wasn't fully ready to let go of her power. To mark her territory, Rashida used blue tape around the house, making it clear that Kirk was not going to take full control of her life again. Even with this gesture of claiming her space, fans were still shocked by how Rashida chose to handle the situation. Some, like Nicki Minaj, were vocal about their disgust. Nicki tweeted her thoughts after watching an episode where Kirk was caught locking lips with Alexis Mary Jane Miller while Rashida was pregnant with their second child. Nicki didn't hold back, calling Kirk toxic and criticizing his behavior. It's hard for many to understand how Rashida could continue to stay in such a relationship after so much betrayal, and even more so after Kirk's toxic behavior was laid bare for the world to see. When the news of Kirk locking lips with Alexis Mary Jane Miller while Rashida was pregnant with their second child hit the media, Nicki Minaj didn't hold back. She took to Twitter, slamming Kirk's behavior. "Damn my ninja," she tweeted. After 15 13 years, you wild embarrass the mother of your child while she's pregnant on national TV like that? Cornballs on deck. She went on to add, if you're trying to convince someone you're not gay, that's the wrong way to go about it. Your wife is pregnant, you do that on national TV? Get the fuck out of here. Just when it seemed like Rashida was starting to heal, new rumors began circulating about Kirk's messiness. Back in 2018, Gossip in the City reported that Kirk had been cheating on Rashida with strippers, and this time, there was even a baby mama involved. This wasn't just a one-time slip-up, it was a pattern of behavior. At this point, it was clear that Kirk had been caught in his deceit for years. Things got so bad that Rashida's mom had to step in. She wanted Kirk to understand that he couldn't keep hurting people and get away with it. So what did she do? In an act of frustration, she destroyed Kirk's bike, symbolizing her anger and disappointment. Kirk's behavior had reached a breaking point, and it was clear that Rashida wasn't the only one tired of his antics. The entire situation was a mess, and fans couldn't help but wonder if it was finally time for Rashida to break free from this toxic cycle. There was another tense moment during Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when K. Michelle opened up about her ex-boyfriend, Mickey Memphis, allegedly putting his hands on her. This revelation hit a nerve with Rashida, especially since Memphis was married to one of her best friends, Toya Johnson. Rashida took to the situation, confronting Michelle and setting the record straight. However, things took a turn when one of Rashida's friends posted a scathing message on social media. The post accused Rashida of being a homewrecker, revealing that Kirk had been married with kids when he started dating Rashida. The message read, "Y'all doing all this to K. Michelle, but can someone tell Rashida to tell the truth about how her now husband was a married man with kids when she started messing with him? Everyone has skeletons, but everyone wants to take shots at K. Michelle, who is actually telling the truth." This revelation led many fans to reconsider the foundation of Rashida's marriage to Kirk. After all, it all started as an affair. Fans may have hoped that over the years, the ups and downs, the apologies, and the promises would have resulted in something more stable and meaningful. But, as it turned out, even up until 6 months ago, Kirk was still involved in shady behavior. Rashida even caught some revealing spicy texts on Kirk's phone, further confirming that the trust in their relationship was shaky at best. Despite all the back and forth, it was clear that the cycle of betrayal was far from over. On top of discovering shocking texts on Kirk's phone, things took an even more unexpected turn when Rashida herself admitted to cheating on Kirk back in 2019. In an emotional confession, she said, "I ain't always been perfect in my marriage. We've had dishonesty from both sides of us in this marriage. We've had infidelities from both sides of us in this marriage. Still, Kirk's the bigger problem here, and the fact he hasn't changed one bit over the years is honestly low." This admission of mutual infidelity only made the situation messier. For many fans, it seemed like Kirk's affair with Kendra could be the final straw. Some fans even expressed that they were done seeing this toxic cycle, with one writing, "I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than have this type of relationship." Another fan wrote, "Their marriage screams dysfunction." The reality of the situation became apparent to many. Something about Kirk and Rashida's relationship felt deeply unhealthy. The idea that Rashida was holding on to a marriage that had been broken for so long left many questioning why she would continue to stay in it, especially considering the constant betrayal and dishonesty from Kirk over the years. The relationship, as some fans pointed out, didn't just exhibit the signs of a troubled marriage, but also hinted at deeper emotional scars. Dysfunction in this case wasn't just about cheating, it was about a cycle of hurt and unresolved issues. Despite the mutual mistakes, the reality is that Kirk's refusal to change, coupled with Rashida's struggle to let go, had created a situation that many believed had run its course long ago. It was a marriage that fans felt should have ended years ago, but for reasons both complicated and heartbreaking, it hadn't yet. At the end of the day, the entire situation is a chaotic mess. Fans are convinced that none of these couples are truly good for each other. Many believe that if it takes an affair to finally end these dysfunctional relationships, then maybe it's time for them to move on. But what do you think? Did Kendra and Kirk actually get together? Will this be the final straw for Rashida? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.